whole thing about Thy Kingdom Come is praying for 5 people per day and mentioning them by name and bringing them before God. And it's quite enlightening to see, as I've been doing that each day, how the names they've popped into my head. Not because I've been consciously thinking about it, it's almost like I feel I'm prompted to pray for those particular people. And I'm fascinated to see what happens in their journeys. They probably don't even know I'm praying for them, which is even better in some ways, because it might be a case of me looking back in their journey and seeing how they've progressed in maybe just encouragement and just comfort and grace and peace. If we can bring that to people, that would be just a wonderful thing to do.
I think the fact that we're out there just gently offering prayer, I think people do want prayer, but they just don't know how to go about it. And they do believe in it, but they're not going to actually say that out loud because they're not quite so sure maybe. But they do want it, and I do believe that. I remember walking through a hospital once and somebody saw my collar and said, "Will you pray for me?" Just like that. Now, there's no reason why they should have done, but they did. And I don't know if they're Christian or not. My guess is that probably that it was just a call, a shot in the dark. We need something now. And it was just felt really meaningful. And I think when people do these things, they do realise that something is happening. And over time, as you were saying, Jane, over time people gradually get to realise that actually things are happening. And they begin to believe, and then they can begin to trust. And that makes such a difference in their lives later on. And I think we can pray for that there is a way forward for everyone. It's just people take different paths at different times, and different things just start them off, and it's our chance tonight.
And I'd like to follow up on that because I don't go around saying I'm a Christian unless I'm asked, you know. But I was talking to a friend of my son's in the middle of Waitrose, and he's going through a really bad time. He looked dreadful. And so I don't know whether he's a Christian, but I just said, "Would you like me to pray for you?" And he said, "Oh yes, please." And I was quite stunned by that. And again, a friend, she's going through a bad time mentally. And out of the blue, I just said, "Would you like me to pray for you?" "Yes, please." So yeah, I endorse that people are grateful.
Yes.
I think it's the first step in anything is actually trusting in the belief that you will be heard. And that can be very difficult when you're going through a very hard time, that anybody hears you, because you just sort of go deeper and deeper inside yourself. And the fact that there's a group here, it's a bit like having an unknown safety blanket that you can fall into and not be hurt, in a sense. It's a support that's not in your face or personal, but it's still out there.
As a group of Christians, we're very much in belief that if 1 or more, 3 or more are praying together, then God will listen even more. So the fact that we are offering to come back and pray together for these prayers to be answered adds the strength and the credibility as well. And I'm sure that God will be listening.
The question is, how is God transforming lives in our community?
He's transforming lives through the Holy Spirit, which is around and about and within us all. As we approach Pentecost, we hope for further flourishing of the Holy Spirit amongst us. And it's up to us all to witness to this, not just priests or deacons or curates, but everybody.